the most spectacular one-punch shot of Manny Pacquiao's.
Saying it, you may hear him. Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Guys, there's nothing like boxing, and there are no athletes like fighters.
Struggling to get to his feet. It comes. It's unbelievable.
Back, takes another right. Burns in deep trouble again. Burns is down. Burns is down.
You know, you dream of fights, I guess, but the very seldom do they live up to this. It's over.
What's up, fight fans? I'm J.Cotto. Welcome to J.Cotto's Fight Page. And today I'll be bringing you some late night boxing talk. Just want to say peace to every uploader, every subscriber, everybody that's keeping it boxing. Once again, just want to remind everybody that our fellow downloader, Tito Garcia, had passed away. Rest in peace. And we wish him, his family, well. God bless him. But a lot of things are happening in boxing. And I'm glad that I'm able to start off a lot of late night boxing talk with you guys with that phrase, simply because had it been the other way around, it wouldn't be shit. But it's a Friday night, just chilling here. A couple of friends of mine, good friends. My man Anthony, my man John, we just playing some GTA 5 and talking some boxing. And I just figured I'd give you this long-awaited late night boxing talk. So Jack DeGale, should I say, my bad, Bobby Jack and James DeGale fought to a draw, and the boxing world is divided. You know what I mean? Jack did win, but a draw seemed to be stirring as Jack rested in certain rounds, man. You know, this is why I feel DeGale won, simply because I saw Bobby Jack rest in certain spots in certain rounds, you know what I mean? And well, Chunky lost his 2 front fucking teeth. That's some funny shit. You know what I mean? I guess he'd be wishing for his front teeth Christmas. But it's been said that it's been rumored by Sideshow Bob, aka fucking David Hay, and well, basically a lot of shit he's been spewing out, and he just happened to spew out that DeGale had lost his front teeth already, and you know, he already lost his front teeth, and he lost in the sparring, shit like that. I mean, you know, so that's a fact, it's whatever. But if he had him put in and then he all of a sudden lost him, shit's like that, that's crazy. But let's keep it moving, man. Canelo Alvarez versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is official, and fight fans are upset. I'm very upset at the fact that Canelo had said he wasn't a 160-pound fighter, but he finds himself at 168 going to fight possibly at 165-pound catch weight, and that's a bunch of bullshit. You know, guys, you have to look at the whole realness of this, and yes, it has to do with money, which is politics, but at the same time, this is a bunch of bullshit. Because if we got a middleweight, a legit middleweight, who bragged before saying that he could get in the ring at 180 if he wanted to, and then now is going up to 168, fighting at a catch weight of 165 pounds, and is not going to fight, okay? If it was really about politics, think about this, guys. I mean, Canelo fans, you know, think about this, man. I'm only trying to help you guys out. And every real boxing fan knows exactly what I'm talking about, man. If it was really about money, you're more than likely, Alvarez, Oscar, you're more than likely going to make less in this fight than you would have with Gennady Golovkin. Okay? Trust that. Trust that. And it's a big contradiction. it's a big contradiction on your behalf because you won't fight Gennady Golovkin where you know you get much more for that fight. Gennady Golovkin is a name, especially in this era, which he's more of a name than Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. At least to real fight fans, am I right or wrong, right? So it's a big contradiction, and this is why I feel like I'm not really happy with this fight. You know what I mean? The fight could have fireworks or whatever. It's still a bullshit fight. I mean, he's still not fighting a Chavez Jr. at his best, and I'm not gonna give him a pass on that. Fuck that. Nobody should. If you find yourself giving him a pass, just reevaluate your whole situation. Fuck that. Gervonta Tank Davis wins the 130-pound IBF strap, and well, he's the youngest to catch the title, and well, he looks great in the ring, and he's got a great future. I just hope he doesn't, become too flamboyant, too cocky. You know what I mean? I hope he, he stays humble and keeps a clear mind. You know what I mean? I hope this kid gets further in his career, but at the same time, he doesn't, go through with any type of fuckery. It's going to be a formula of success. Let it be, an honest formula of success, and people can't go around saying that there's no such thing as that, because I can pull out a lot of examples in boxers that have had, a pretty good running competitiveness in boxing. Floyd Mayweather, comes on to the Jack and the Gale interview, the fight right after the post-fight interview, and then he rants about the draw, and there was a lot of things that were going on with the prize fighter from Vegas. He was very, very emotional. I mean, a lot of people agree, oh yeah, but damn, he was really emotional, because I feel like this. It didn't look very professional, especially when you're the promoter and you're supposed to promote your fighter, right? You're supposed to promote your fighter. So you go and you promote your fighter, but then at the same time, you actually down your fighter by downing the fight. And then you're downing your brand now, you see? So, I mean, honest opinions are honest opinions, but at the same time, there's a talent place for those things. Am I right or wrong? And if you're going to speak on it, you can speak on it, but not so, blatantly. Like, that was crazy. So, at the same time, he's before the fight, he was given the spotlight on both, on over this fight card. He looked like one of those NBA coaches, when they get excited for their players, or they get upset and shit, pacing, on the hardwood floor. Well, that's what he looked like, pacing in the front row of this fight. And then he went once again, on TV, ESPN, and he ranted against Ali again. And Ali being number one. I mean, come on. You're not in this business to actually call nobody else number one. I can understand that, that mental fortitude that you have and that mental ability, but at the same time, you also got to look at it like this, man. You can't go around saying that you're gonna, you respect the way the greats have paid for you or the rest of you guys, right? But then at the same time, not consider them number one before you. It makes no sense. Then your whole shit is foam. Your shit is foam. It don't hold up. Now, coming up, man, very soon we got a treat once again. Santa Cruz and Carl Frampton is coming up, and we're all excited as we anticipate this match. For the first one was a good one. You won't have to do. Now, my money is on Frampton simply because, for me, Leo Santa Cruz will do nothing different except fight hard. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below on this Leo Santa Cruz and Carl Frampton fight. I don't know. I just feel, for me, Leo Santa Cruz is a one-dimensional fighter, maybe two, but he can't go three like like Carl Franklin. And that's just basically it. Now Golden Boy Promotions seems to be in hot water over a racist email that was sent to them. Okay, now listen to me very clear when I say this. The racism must stop, and De La Hoya needs to act on this. Okay, someone needs. Okay, someone needs to pay. It's unacceptable. Someone needs to be held accountable for this, and they need to act on this, because this is ridiculous. No one should be called out of their ethnicity, their race, their creed, whatever it is. They should not be called out, okay, on account of racism. I've said it before, I say it again. There is prejudice, which is different, and bias, which is different. But to be racist is dirty, filthy, makes no sense. Waste of fucking chromosomes, so on and so forth. Hashtag Come Back to Boxing Radio is back in 3 weeks, and Mr. Logan will be my sidekick, and hopefully everybody from watching this including all the way up to personalities of YouTube uploaders, Boxing Junkie, now that he's got his own channel, very own Logan, the mighty Odin, you know what I mean? And just basically everybody else, commenters and subscribing personalities that's helping us name the program as well, you know what I mean? And it's just gonna be a great thing, man. 3 weeks away, ladies and gentlemen, folks. And that's right. We have a voice. Now, Brasco and his 45, episode 27 is done. It will be uploaded tomorrow. And at the same time, I also like to say no to celebrity boxing. This Soldier Boy, hashtag Chris Brown shit is ridiculous. I like it, but then at the same time, when you sit back and you look at it all, it's embarrassing. And I can understand. I'm grateful for it because Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather were involved in it, but at the same time, I hear that they're not anymore. I'm not going to report on this unless it really goes down, and I'll be following the actions of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson will be training Chris Brown, from what I hear, if this fight is going to continue to go down. I really don't know what's happening with that. And then we're going to go off to, where maybe there'll be some training montages of me, some montages of me training Chris Brown. So I look out for it like that. When I see the other side, so the world, dream and all this shit. Unless something shocking is said, ripples the waters, then, otherwise I'm like always here for it and lose my mind. Now, Zalakakanen and Garcia is coming up, and that's going to be a great one as well. Stay tuned for the fight dates, and man, that's going to be one where these guys are going to have to throw testicular fortitude on that table, man. That's just basically, you know what I mean? Support women's boxing, bottom line. And Kell Brook is very confused as he too calls out Khan, Pacquiao, and well, him and Spencer Jr. still haven't been mentioned. These guys have been mentioned. Last it was the WBC who ordered Spence Jr. Bradley. Remember that? They weren't getting away. Shit is fucking confusing. I hope, though, that Kell Brook and Spence Jr. definitely throw hands. Peace to Zone 6 Boxing, my brother. I, too, am very skeptical. Not as strongly as you, my bro, but I'm skeptical of Spence Jr. Everybody's ducking him. Kell Brook doesn't know where he's going. He's running around like a chicken. His head cut off, like Khan was, saying Pacquiao, so on and so forth, and not knowing the other one. Curtis Stevens, who just came off a victory, is going to be facing David Lemieux, and that's going to be, it's official. That's going to be very, very, very interesting, that match. Very, very interesting. Two hard hitters. That's going to be awesome. Hashtag come back to boxing. Hashtag the red gloves. Now, Danny Jacobs and Gennady Golovkin. Okay, let me get this out the way. I made a video commenting on how they fucked up. Everybody supported that video. If you didn't catch it on the playlist. It's there. It's titled Golovkin, Jacobs fucked up on us. Now, Daniel Jacobs and Gennady Golovkin is coming up. You know, I will be making 2 videos on this fight. Okay, one video will be a breakdown, the second will be a prediction. Now, my money, though, my money is good for this fight. That's all I have to say. My money is very, very good for this fight. I've said it once, I've said it before on a certain fighter's ability to actually dethrone the king. And that's what we got to call him when he's unified, undisputed. So, now, it's a test. It's a really, really, really good test. It's good. It's a good fight. This fight has really good formulas in it, and it's going to be interesting. I'm going to keep you guys updated. Now, Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia, okay, the WBA champ versus the WBC champ, unification bout. I gotta tell you like this, man. All right. We all saw what Andrew Garcia was going through. I don't know. A lot of people claim it's crack cocaine. A lot of people claim it's crack. A lot of people claim it's just coke. A lot of people. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the way he sounds, it's crazy. It's really, really, really crazy. You know. But I'm excited for this one because people are speculating, because the prize fighter from Vegas has been speculating and alluding to Thurman ducking Spence Jr., okay? But Spence Jr. isn't ranked and is still trying to straighten out the IBF #1 ranking situation. Now, fighters from TMT talking against fighters who are fighting and making a name for themselves, saying that they need to test themselves, yet you fight once a year against no ones, and you think that puts you in a position to talk, right? Well, to down achievements, to compare the prize fighters from Vegas's achievements, in which you didn't accomplish, and say it isn't fair. Well, Floyd took similar fights. The prize fighter from Vegas had taken on similar fights. Okay, knowing that there were stipulations as well. And this is how yes men act. Ladies and gentlemen. An agenda to help the other man achieve, but yet not seem to see that they too have potential, but are not pushing themselves to push it at the moment. They speak of Golovkin, who's unified, undisputed, undefeated. They talk on Gonzalez, but he's pound for pound in his division. Floyd, or should I say the prize fighter from Vegas, doesn't campaign at 130, 135 pounds. So my question here is, why say anything about these fighters and then compare the prize fighters from Vegas' achievements to these fighters when they become pound for pound and get a division? So why not concentrate on your careers and craft? Because the constant hate is just constant hate. Strong, pure hate. Then they claim, okay, that it's hate coming at them when the truth is said. I call that truth allergies. The prize fighter from Vegas says Ward sucks. Floyd says Ward sucks. They say, or you guys say, Ward sucks. The prize fighter from Vegas says Golovkin sucks. Golovkin sucks. The prize fighter from Vegas says Golovkin is testing himself or fighting smaller fighters. Even though you know he made fighters himself come up 2 weight classes, you say Golovkin is testing himself and he's fighting smaller fighters. That's just the way that this cycle goes. We have to now deal with a loudmouth promoter who is biased and most likely will bend and buy officials and will always scream, "It wasn't fair," when things didn't go his way. A promoter who will be heard and seen more than his fighting. Did I mention talked about? Did I? Gervonta Davis is a good talent, and we have seen Jack get the Mayweather megaphone. But his last match was a bit sweet. The era of fighters talking to the interviewer and fight fans is just basically transitioning to the era of promoters taking the spotlight when already having a huge name. Narcissism, perhaps, but fame is an addiction. A legacy fighter hardly speaks and handles the microphone, and when he does, it's humbly and mostly at time. A prize fighter will do and say things to make or get that money and sell that fight. Hashtag come back to boxing. This segment has been brought to you by The Truth, and hashtag come back to boxing is full of shit repellent. Get your full of shit repellent. By just beginning to yourself and just telling the truth. Hashtag come back to boxing bullshit repellent. You see the bullshit coming before it's made. Thank you for joining my fight page. My name is J.Cotto. God bless.